Hi, I'm Rebecca. You're probably going to disagree with at least one thing I say in this video. I have been thinking so hard what video I wanted to come back to, and you know what? This one's going to be less controversial because I'm not trying to come back to a bunch of hate comments. When I'm uploading regularly, I really don't care. I'm not right now though. This is like my comeback video or whatever, and it's not going to be edited. Sorry, so there's going to be ADHD moments, there's going to be ticking. Now I'm thinking about it, so now I'm ticking. Because I don't have editing software, it's gonna be a cheap mic because I have a cheap mic. I tried to use this nice one here, but apparently it only works with smartphones. And this smartphone has 16 gigabytes of data, but it's better than nothing. So I'm grateful to have it. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could just, I don't know, just not worry about that kind of stuff and just post a few unedited videos. First, quick update. Look at this. Look at this nice little flip phone I got. Okay? It's better than a smartphone. You know why? Because you can do YouTube, it has Google Maps, and is it kind of slow? Yeah. This phone was like $40, but I just could not find my old iPhone that broke. I don't know why, but so we got a new SIM, got one of those little what's the word I'm looking for? Like prepaid minute phones. I don't know. You just get a SIM card with a certain amount of minutes on it. We just threw my SIM in here, and this is a great dude. What is it? KaiOS or KoiOS? I think it's KaiOS. They are doing amazing stuff, bringing the internet to impoverished communities, and that's just really freaking cool. Anyways, because I could ramble on forever. This video is about disabilities. Awesome. So a while ago, I had a video that was moderately successful, at least for my standards. Got a few hundred views, and it was about my Tourette's. And I guess that's just because people are interested in Tourette's these days. I don't know. But I was like, whoa, my Tourette's is actually like Tourette's. That's crazy. That's pretty much how that video went. Um, and Yeah. So I went on TikTok. This seems irrelevant, but I spent a lot of time on TikTok while I wasn't on YouTube. And I found it was so fast paced, you guys. I got on TikTok, started posting shit, and then I had a video go viral. It was like put a finger down, and I made it sound like I was a Republican, but then at the end I was like, if you put 5 more fingers down, you're actually a fascist. Get the fuck out. And then I have like a little sword, this little ceremonial Freemasonry witchcraft sword from one of my young ancestors. Heyo. So I pulled it out. It was funny, but weapons. Weapons. I think some Republicans got mad that I tricked them into exposing fascism, even if it was just to themselves. So they flagged it for weaponry, and then I re-uploaded it because I was like, well, this process is taking a long time, and they took it down right as it was starting to go viral, and so then I re-uploaded it. The sound went viral though, even without the video. The sound went viral, and then several weeks later, after I had over 1,000 followers on TikTok, they just gave me a 10th ban. And then I came back and started doing this series for men to give them dating advice, and then I got shadow banned. And now my videos get like under 20 views every time. So, we don't use TikTok anymore for uploading content. YouTube's better. I had the full range of the TikTok experience in like a handful of months. And we're right back to where we're at home, guys. You know, I may not be a full-blown millennial, okay, but I do feel at home on YouTube. With all its flaws, it's not as censoring as TikTok. I will absolutely say that. Oh my gosh, I'm so white. Have you noticed how I'm just like blending into the walls? And this is after I threw up a bunch of junk in my window, like old protesting signs, because literally my face was just like glowing white, and like all you could see was like my hairline and then my facial features, and the rest was just like my forehead was wall. Anyways, That's not what this is about. Why was I talking about TikTok again? Right. Because while I was on TikTok, I found awesome communities. So I still watch TikTok. And I still comment shit. I just am shadow banned, so I've stopped posting. But the ADHD and the ASD community. ASD is autism spectrum disorder. I'm pretty sure the S is for spectrum. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make myself look stupid. Hold on. Uh, autism. Yeah, autism spectrum disorder. Okay, I'm not stupid. Okay. That would be annoying because I love the autistic community because there's such a big overlap between the ADHD and the autistic community. And so I just fucking love them to bits and pieces. Oh my gosh, there's so many awesome creators who have, shared their own experiences. There's tons of like memes for people with ADHD. There's like therapists who post information online for free. God bless them, because medical care should be free, but since we can't have that, I mean, we could, but they're not going to give it to us anytime soon. So, since we can't have that, I really appreciate the help from like therapists who are social media like people. Um, but yeah, so I just started learning so much about ADHD, and like people were like, that ADHD moment where da 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 XYZ, and I was like, that's ADHD? And then I'd see another one, I'd be like, that's ADHD too? That's ADHD? Oh my gosh, I'm not quirky at all. There's like nothing unique about me. My entire personality is just ADHD. Like, I thought I just was a person who had all these weird little things about me. I didn't know that they were all related. Like, listening? Like, I had a feeling that was related to ADHD. Oh my gosh, my eyes are just going right now. But I had a feeling that like my listening stuff was like part of ADHD, but I couldn't really like explain it or like confirm that that was the case. Um but it is auditory processing disorder or something. I mean, granted, I'm not diagnosed. Okay, who the fuck has money to go to the doctor? Come on. Who has money to go to the doctor in the United States? Not your average working class citizen. But yeah, oh my gosh, my ticking is so distracting. Jesus. Please help me not tick. Please put yourself in front of me, in front of my neurological disorders, so that I can share this message and make this video. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, please, please, and thank you. Anyways, you'd calm down. I was about to get stressed there. When I get real angry, I'm trying to make a habit to just start praying before I get rageful, you know? But anyways, auditory processing issues, or delay. Maybe it's not disorder, maybe it's delay. But like, yeah, sometimes someone says something and my brain is just like that old sound of like the internet starting up. You know which one I'm talking about if you're my age. If you're young, you might not, but you probably know it from memes. But yeah, so have that ADHD. Basically, all these things were just ADHD related, and I didn't know it. And TikTok really helped me figure that out. Had to kind of break out the DSM-5 criteria, start fucking armchair diagnosing myself. Because again, who has money to go to the doctor? And I mean, I'm diagnosed Tourette's and OCD, anyways. So like, like ADHD has always been the one where I was like, well, I don't need to get a diagnosis because I have every symptom. And as an adult, I think almost every symptom, if not every like DSM symptom, but if not every single one, I'm only missing like one. Like, I have ADHD, and I never took it seriously growing up. I was always like, oh, well, it's not even a real issue. My brain just goes fast. My brain's just a little different because I'm smart, which is maybe true. But I was like, they just want to shove drugs down our throat. Again, sometimes true. But also medication can be good for people who need it. Like, I don't know. I think I just was really ableist. If we're keeping it 100, it was my internalized ableism. I didn't want to be someone with like mental issues. I didn't want to be weak or whatever. I didn't see myself that way. I just saw myself as me. I didn't see myself as a disabled person, someone with a neurological disorder, or three of them. Like, I just saw myself as me. And our world is kind of ableist, and so a lot of other people kind of behave in ableist ways, and so you think, well, that's normal, right? But just because something is, like, everyone's doing it, that doesn't mean it's normal. Like, I'm not gonna say that, but there are all kinds of things in this world that the majority of people do that are not good or normal. Like, are not the right thing, not morally just. You feel me? Not morally righteous, as a Christian like myself would say. Oh my gosh, by the way, oh my gosh, I've gained weight in the pandemic, okay? You're gonna be able to tell. Don't judge me, pandemic pounds. Okay, but I'm so cute. Look, Hufflepuff represent. Look at this time turner. Can you see it's engraved in everything? Dude, my dad got this for me for my birthday. And he got me the full Harry Potter book set with matching cover art. So cool. And, I'm not going to show, but a big Hufflepuff blanket. You can kind of see. And, look at this. This is one of the books. All of the cover art is like in this theme, and when you lay them all out, like the art connects. It's so cool. And look what I handmade and hand laminated. This is my favorite Hufflepuff quote. Obviously, I'm in Hufflepuff, if you didn't pick up on that. This part's an inside joke from a Harry Potter musical. Look at this. Oh, I love fonts. Word art is my kind of art. Fonts and words and letters. Yeah, that's my vibe. Anyways, and it is shiny. It is laminated with clear tape. And it was way easier to do than I thought. And so I've been reading this a lot. Anyways, totally irrelevant. And by the way, I'm not a millennial. I'm a zillennial. Okay? So before some Gen Z come in here and start shitting on me for being an old lady and being obsessed with Harry Potter, I'm a young lady who's obsessed with Harry Potter. Thank you very much. And actually, it's probably, again, related to ADHD because it's a hyperfixation. So, if you criticize me, you're actually ableist or something. Obviously, that's a joke. Normally, I would edit it in a way to make it obvious that it's a joke, but I can't because I have no editing software, so that's a joke. Anyways, but it actually is probably like the hyperfixation part isn't a joke. Oh my gosh, dude. You know one of the things that I really miss about being thicker? Having bigger boobs. Like, they're so much more noticeable. Like, I feel self-conscious. I just sit down and there's a jiggle and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know there's gonna be at least one gross guy having lustful thoughts, watching my titties jiggle, being like, oh wow, that chick with ADHD got some titties. And it's like, I don't want that. If that's you, shame on you. Fucking pray to Jesus for less lust, okay? I'm just wearing a t-shirt specifically to try and be modest. Maybe no one's gonna be. Oh, sorry, I just slammed this. How many times have I slammed it and like hurt your ears? Rip headphone users. Anyways, so my ADHD was really bad. You're probably getting a sense of it now watching this video. I'm all over the place. Normally this happens when I film, but I can edit it down, keep things focused, take out little side things that aren't necessary or relevant, or just make them shorter. But the really nice thing about the TikTok, like, ADHD community is that I have learned so many awesome tips, because it got to this point where I was like, wow, yeah, like, all these people with ADHD have similar issues as me, or, behind the curve or whatever is like where they should be as an adult, you know what I mean? Like, all these other people with ADHD are having the same struggles as me, maintaining a daily routine, a schedule, like, getting important tasks done. Like, I still haven't done my fucking taxes for like 3 years. Ugh. Dude, and it's so hard because I'm morally against income taxes. Not taxes, income taxes, the way they're done specifically. I'm very morally against them. And so it's really hard with ADHD to remember and motivate myself to do something, not even that's boring. Like, boring is one thing and I've gotten better at it, but that I'm actively morally against, like, it's so hard. Because the way my brain works is, if I like something, that gets my attention. And if I don't like something, that either doesn't get my attention or it obsessively gets my attention while I think about how much I don't like it, which isn't healthy. But, like, nothing in there leaves room for, like, things that I don't like and I'm morally against, like, time to do those things. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I realized, wow, like, cause people were talking about, like, being, oh my gosh, this little piece is driving me crazy, being neurodivergent or whatever, and, like, being disabled, and they were talking about it when they have ADHD. And obviously, like, people tend to, they want to feel included, especially white women. If we're keeping it 100, they very much want to feel marginalized because it relieves your white guilt subconsciously. I'm not saying white women can't have issues or be marginalized in other ways. I'm just saying white women are very eager to identify with other marginalized communities. That's all I'm saying. Come for me. I don't care. Come for me. Oh, my oh, now I thought of it kind of sexually. Don't come for me. But oh man, it's so stormy out. I wish I could show you, but I'm using my laptop, so I'm not gonna do that. I was just talking about, all I can remember is don't come for me. Why did I say come for me? Why did I say that? What did I say that was offensive? Come on, help me. Come on, help me. Can't you speak through the screen back in time while I'm filming this? Jeez. Oh. Oh, shit. See, this is where I would just stop filming, go back and watch the clip. Oh, man. Oh, no, now my brain's blanking out and I can't think of anything. Right, white chicks like to feel marginalized. Why did I say that, though? I mean, it's true, but how is that relevant to what I was saying? ADHD, my brain goes so fast that it just gets off track. I'm like, where the fuck was even the track, bro? I don't know. I have no clue what I was talking about. Sorry. Sorry. Fuck. Find something else to talk about then. I don't know. ADHD. Oh, right. People saying that they were, like, disabled or whatever. And people with ADHD were calling themselves disabled. And at first, that I was just thinking, like, well, maybe they're kind of exaggerating. But then there are a lot of people who weren't exaggerating. And they were like, yeah, here's how ADHD is debilitating in my life, and here's how it impedes on my productivity, my ability to just be my best self, to live a normal, functional life. Here's how it impedes on all of that every day. And I was like, oh, that's kind of what a disability is, isn't it? It's disabling, debilitating. Yeah, that about describes my experience since puberty with ADHD. And I was like, oh no. Because, see, that's the internalized ableism, because I would never fucking make that face at another person who's disabled, who's like, oh yeah, I have this issue and issue and this issue and I'm disabled, I'd be like, oh my gosh, good for you for living your life, baby. Mwah, I'm proud of you. But for me, I'm like, ew, a disabled person. It's gross, honestly. Like, it's crazy how we're all brainwashed from such a young age that we have all this internalized, like subconscious hatred towards innocent people, even when that innocent person is us. It's crazy, actually, how deep the brainwashing goes. It makes me want to cry thinking about it, so I'm going to try to move on and pretend like I'm not about to cry. Woo! World's pretty evil, though. Satan's world, no doubt. Yeah, so basically I just realized that I was disabled. I kind of realized that with Tourette's, but as I let myself tick, I don't tick as much out loud anymore. Like, at first I was ticking out loud all the time. I was ticking out loud all the time. Now, it's just most annoying when I have my physical tics because they hurt to do over and over again. And my shoulders are already messed up, my neck's already messed up, and then I keep doing physical tics, and it just makes everything worse. But ADHD is really my disability. Like, I'm realizing now that, like, the most debilitating factor in my life, the biggest, okay, I'll say the second biggest factor in my life that is an obstacle holding me back is my ADHD. The first is my lack of faith in myself and God. Like, I have faith in God and I have faith in myself, but not enough. Like, well, I guess all you need is the faith of a mustard seed, right? But, like, it helps if you have more. Like, God can work with what you give him, but, like, if you give him more, he'll give you more. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just have a tendency to be really negative towards myself, and that kind of gets in the way of things, but mainly it's ADHD. Like, the main thing that isn't religious is ADHD. It is so disabling, it's so debilitating, it gets in the way of everything I do, like, everything I want to do. Like, it's so hard for me to focus on anything, it's so hard for me to focus on, like, getting specific, responsible things done. It's just a lot, dude. It's just a lot. And I've been coming to terms with that. That's what I've been doing. while I've been off YouTube, I've been coming to terms with my disabilities and dismantling my internalized ableism against myself, and you know, looking inwards, looking to God. I've been super alone, super lonely. All my friends are busy. I'm trying to decide if I want to talk about that publicly. There's a lot of stuff within my relationships. There's just a lot of tension in a lot of my relationships right now. Thought I was gonna go back to work. I don't know now. Life is hard, you guys. Life is... If this is you, like a little ant, this is life. That's life. In my experience, personally. I know that's kind of negative, but literally, like, that's just my experience with life. Like you, and then there's like, okay, my legs are healed, I'm gonna go back to dragging this single crumb back to my call. No, you're not. No, you're not. And it's just that over and over again. That's my experience with life. And I've been trying to figure out if that's just, like, how horrible this world is, or if part of it is, like, my ADHD makes it all harder to deal with because I can't even, like, be normal or whatever, live up to capitalism's standard for me as a human robot. Like, I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out because I'm not trying to be negative, okay, but I'm just being honest. Like, sometimes I turn to my dad and I'm like, how are you still alive, dude? Like, I'm not telling you to kill yourself. I don't want you to. Please don't. But, like, how have you not? Also, like, how have you not? How are you still alive? Still living, still existing in this world that sucks so hard? And he's usually just like, well, you have to. You have to survive. And I'm like, that makes me want to cry because I'm like, yeah, I guess you do, don't you? You just kind of gotta roll with it. It's like I have all these dreams. Oh, I'd love to go off grid and like do all this stuff and build a little house and live off grid. But guess what? Everything costs money. Everything costs money. And it's not easier when you have all these mental issues and it feels like you're all alone and all you have is God. But, you know, God's enough. So that's what I've been realizing, because, like, I don't have a lot of friends in the pandemic. Like, I have 4 friends back in Arizona. And then I have my mom and my dad and my partner. And those are all the people in my life. Like, I guess I have some internet friends that I talk to a little, but, like, as far as, like, a real support network, that's my support network. And there's been tension in almost all of those relationships recently, and the ones that there's not tension in, there's just distance and busyness on one end or both. Mostly one end, but, like, I'm not gonna be mad at people for, like, living their life, having a job. Like, I'm unemployed throughout the pandemic, but, like, not everyone is doing that, so, you know, I'm trying not to be resentful, but it's still hard, you know what I mean? Because I really am just alone with God. And, you know, my partner was like, sometimes God leaves us alone with him because he wants us to rely on him. And I'm like, no fucking kidding. No kidding. Yeah, it has that effect. It has that effect. Anyways, I guess I'm kind of rambling now. This is gonna be like a half hour of just rambling. I'm sorry. I promise one day I will get back to, like, high quality edited intros, whatever. I can't right now. And why does that make me want to cry? Dude, I'm on my period. Is, like, the emotional part of my PMS coming late in the middle of my period? That's what I'm wondering, because this is, like, the 4th time I've almost cried during this video, and I'm a crier, but, like, not like that. Like, I cry, but not even that much. Like, well, what is this? I think I just have a lot of pent-up emotions. But yeah, I just wanted to update y'all. Disabled here, LOL. Yeah. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. I don't know why you would, but thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Can't wait to start posting about Jesus again soon, too, as well. So stay tuned for that. Bye.